Despite the warnings in the book of Proverbs and in the rest of the scriptures against both the destructive as well as the casual uses of alcohol, many claim that a Christian is free to drink alcohol just so long as he does not become drunk. In light of this, it is especially important to note what the book of Proverbs has to say about this subject. Solomon writes that wine is a mocker, and strong drink a brawler, and whoever is intoxicated by it is not wise. Proverbs 20 and verse 1. Solomon begins this verse by saying that wine is a mocker. Alcohol has the ability to make a fool out of someone. It allows one to think that he is in control when he really is not. And the point is made later in this book that alcohol alters the way that one thinks. Proverbs 31 and verse 5. It is a mocker to those who believe that they can partake in the consumption of alcohol without being affected by it. Next, Solomon says that strong drink is a brawler. This refers to the violent tendencies of one who is given to alcohol and how it causes trouble for both the drinker and for those who are around him. So Solomon says that whoever is intoxicated by it is not wise. Now, we've been studying how to apply wisdom, and if we are to follow the wisdom that comes from above, then we must avoid the sin of drunkenness. Solomon writes in Proverbs 23 verses 20 and 21, "Do not be with heavy drinkers of wine, or with gluttonous eaters of meat, for the heavy drinker and the glutton will come to poverty, and drowsiness will clothe one with rags." Solomon groups the sins of drunkenness and gluttony together in these verses. He warns that we should not be with them, meaning that we should not go along with them, so that we put ourselves in a position to be tempted to practice their sins. Now, we cannot avoid all contact with sinful people, but we can avoid putting ourselves in situations in which we will be tempted to give in to pressure and do what these others are doing. Furthermore, Solomon makes a point here about stewardship. He warns that the heavy drinker will come to poverty. Not only is such use of alcohol to be avoided because it has a negative effect upon one's thinking, but also because it's a waste of money. Solomon makes several more statements. He says, "Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has contentions? Who has complaining? Who has wounds without cause? Who has redness of eyes? Those who linger long over wine. Those who go to taste mixed wine. Do not look at the wine while it is red, while it sparkles in the cup, when it goes down smoothly. At the last it bites like a serpent and stings like a viper. Your eyes will see strange things, and your mind will utter perverse things. And you will be like one who lies down in the middle of the sea, or like one who lies down on the top of a mast. They struck me, but I did not become ill. They beat me, but I did not know it. When shall I awake? I will seek another drink." Proverbs 23, verses 29 through 35. Now, this passage contains clear warnings from Solomon about the dangers of alcohol, and many will try to justify the casual use of alcohol, often referred to as social drinking. But given how destructive alcohol can be, Solomon warns that one should not even go this far. He asks the questions, who has woe, sorrow, contentions, complaining, wounds without cause, redness of eyes? Those who linger long over wine, those who go to the taste of mixed wine. Though people often resort to alcohol in an attempt to escape their problems of life, Solomon warns that trouble comes to those who linger long over wine, implying drunkenness, and those who seek mixed wine, implying the pursuits of alcohol, which would necessarily be before drunkenness. The problems caused by alcohol affect every aspect of one's life, emotionally, financially. We see these words woe and sorrow. We see that it affects people socially. We see the word contentions denoting the strife and discord that will exist between the drinker and others. We see that it will affect people verbally. They will be complaining and babbling, and refers to the fact that one will not be able to communicate effectively. It talks about having wounds without cause. He's talking about mental effects, mental anguish that comes. when those who cannot recall how they received these wounds because their memory has been so clouded by the effects of alcohol. And physically, he talks about the redness of the eyes. Friends, alcohol is not something that is to be treated lightly. These are things that I encourage you to give serious thought to, and have a blessed day.